It has been said by a very wise man, you either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Today's video is not about a hero. It is not about someone who was once a hero. It is about one who has always been a villain, always lurking in the shadows, always hiding, always being creeping around, presenting himself as one person while not being he lies a lot. I don't know. I'm trying to be dramatic. Today we talk about a YouTuber, an infamous YouTuber who has hundreds of thousands of subscribers and gets pretty decent views on his videos. But of course, as we know, just because you get views on something doesn't mean it's good. Today I want to look at the channel of one Lord of the Sith, evil, bad guy, Mike Zeroh. I've been wanting to make this video for a while talking about this channel because I found this channel a while ago and I keep going back to it because it cracks me up. Every time I go to the channel, it gets worse. I feel like every time I look at his thumbnails, at his titles, it gets worse. Before we start, I want to preface this. I like The Last Jedi, by the way. I'm that guy. Watch my tier list video if you want to get triggered, if you're a real Star Wars fan and you hate the sequels. I also got my Rey Funko Pop. Here, look at her. Look at her go. Wow, look at her head move. Woo. I like the sequels. Okay, I don't think they're that bad. I think they're rough around the edges. Of course, they didn't have a plan. I get that. I don't care. I like the movies. Okay, I'm sorry. I like the Star Wars movies. I even like this one. See, look at this. Ooh. Game. I have a Star Wars game. That means I'm better than you. Today I'm going to look at Mike Zeroh, some of his content. But I wanted to preface this by saying I don't think the sequels are bad. He does. So that is one piece of this. He thinks that the sequel trilogy is bad. He thinks that basically anything that is not made by George Lucas, Jon Favreau, or Dave Filoni is bad. That's his opinion, right? By the way, just a little heads up. If you don't know a lot about Star Wars, this probably isn't the video for you because I'm going to be talking a lot about Star Wars. This is a strictly Star Wars video for only true Star Wars fans. So if you're not a true Star Wars fan, leave. And for the true Star Wars fans who are still here, welcome aboard. Let's get started on talking about Mike Zeroh. Let's start by looking at his channel here. Here's his uploads. Now, I want you to just take a look at some of these thumbnails. Look at the titles. It's a mess, right? He posts, this is all, within a month he's posted these videos here. Before we get to his most recent videos, let's take a step back in time. Let's look at his oldest videos. His first video on this channel, at least as far as I could tell, which is one of his most viewed videos with 1 million views, is Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi Full Plot Leak. You'll see here that this video was posted on February 3rd, 2016, a couple months after Force Awakens came out in theaters. And basically, he claims in this video to have the full plot for Episode 8. Let's read his description. Star Wars Episode 8, Star Wars Episode 8 has just started filming and or is just about to start filming. Recently, after my lighting technician strike video, I was emailed numerous times by each email claiming to be a lighting tech or boom op, giving me full plot descriptions of the film. I put much thought into even making this video, and I can tell you that I would not have posted that if I did not believe any of it. The video below will tell you the whole story, how I got the details, so he has the whole plot leak, how he got the plot. Basically, someone emailed him claiming to be on the set of Episode 8, and they had the full plot, because every lighting technician, every boom person who's holding the microphones, they know the whole plot of the movie, right? So obviously it's very credible. Obviously, he's a very credible person. So let's watch part of this video. I want to go over a few things in this first video here.
After the destruction of Starkiller Base and the loss of the Republic, both the Resistance and the First Order struggle on an even scale. As Supreme Leader Snoke has ordered both Kylo Ren and General Hux to come before him to fine-tune Kylo Ren's training after seeing many faults in his skills upon Starkiller Base. General Hux and his team with Kylo Ren, injured, with aid, docked to Supreme Leader Snoke's chamber, the Texel, T-E-X-A-L, on the planet.
So, right off the bat, he's incorrect. I know this came out when nobody knew what the plot of Last Jedi would be, and now that we've seen the movie and we've had a few years to talk about the movie and all this, everybody knows what the plot of the movie is. And the first thing he says is wrong. Texel is not a thing. I don't think Texel It might be some Star Wars term I'm not sure about, but it's nothing. He just makes up something that sounds kind of Star Warsy, or someone who emailed him claiming to have insider information made this up. I don't know. Regardless of that, he's incorrect in the first 40 seconds of the video. He's already completely wrong.
To a closer shot of the two figures both looking down at an object in one of the figures' hands. It's Rey and Luke Skywalker. Words are left dormant as Rey holds the mysterious weapon that Luke immediately recognizes as he examines what he and his father once shared. As Rey glances at Luke examining this old Jedi weapon, Rey has a voice in her head. It's Leia. Just as the reverbed voice came to a sudden stop in Rey's head, Luke slowly tilts his head up at Rey. The expression on Luke Skywalker's face tells us that Luke knows who she is, but resists to let Rey know that. As he leads Rey to the edge of a cliff, both Rey and Luke, standing side by side, gazing out to the vast ocean of Ahch-To, both examining straight out to the never-ending ocean and blue skies, Luke turns his head to Rey. As Rey continues to analyze the ocean, she knows Luke is hesitant to describe whatever it is he has to say. She decides to look at Luke by turning her head to her right. Both looking at each other, once again, we see that Luke knows who this brave woman is, but resists to tell her that
no lighting technician or boom person, nobody like that would have any of this information. This is a just random assortment of ideas on what episode 8 could be. And by the way, he completely got the first detail wrong, because remember when Luke boop boop he threw a lightsaber, which a lot of people hate, but he boop threw it, boop. Remember that? Not even mentioned here. Not mentioned at all. And they keep saying, oh, Luke knows who she is, and he knows that, ooh, all this mysterious stuff. None of this is in the movie, and you can watch the video yourself. Go to his channel, sort by oldest videos, find this video, and watch it for yourself, because it's very entertaining. It's always entertaining when people do these, like, plot leak videos, and they get every detail wrong. It's just funny. It's funny, okay? I'm sorry, it's funny. You know, because then we can look back and say, oh, they didn't have the full plot leak. This on its own, I think, would be enough to completely undermine the credibility of this channel. This first video, yes, it was 5 years ago, but you can just look at this as the kind of thing he would do. Somebody emails him and says, here's the plot of The Last Jedi, Star Wars, Episode 8, ooh. Anybody can email anything to anyone and claim to be anything. Hey guys, welcome to a brand new segment on the channel I'm calling How to Send Yourself an Email. So all you gotta do is compose and you write it to yourself. Star Wars Insider 66 at gmail.com. Subject, Star Wars Episode 10 full plot leak. Hello, I am on the set of Star Wars Episode 10, and I have the plot. Now, all we have to do now, this is the hard part. You hit send. So this is the same email, by the way. Let me show you. I'm on this account, Jack Nicholson, Star Wars Insider 66 at Gmail. Sending it to myself. Boom. Oh, what's this? I got an email. What is this? Star Wars Episode 10 full plot leak? Whoa! Look at that. I sent this email to myself. But then if I hide this, if I put a little sensor around this, you're not even gonna be able to tell that it was me. If I just censor this, it'll look like somebody sent me the Star Wars Episode 10 full plot leak. And that's how you send yourself an email and pretend that you got the email from somebody else. Really cool. Star Wars, yay. Let's look at some more though. There was some other stuff here. This is really funny to me though, because this is the video where he basically explains how the plot was leaked to him. Sorry, my camera always goes. It takes a second. It'll work. Come on, computer. All right, there we go.
Hey, welcome back everyone, Mike Zeroh here once again. Today we have
It's so bad. Oh, his mic quality is so bad. Yikes, let me turn that down.
A big plot leak in regards to Star Wars Episode 8. Now, this actually comes from a personal contact of mine.
He looks like a knockoff of Zachary Levi. Come on, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me he doesn't look like Zachary Levi.
On somebody that I have been in contact with ever since May of 2014, who has indeed handed me over information in regards to Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, and was...
So he's claiming that this person also gave him plot information on Episode 7, but for some reason he didn't post about it. He says, recently I got a hold of some Star Wars Episode 8 material from a personal contact of mine who has delivered information for Star Wars The Force Awakens months before it ever had a title reveal and a teaser trailer. And he was correct about everything. And again, he doesn't have any evidence for this either. He's not even sharing whatever information was given to him. He's not sharing emails specifically. But then he goes on to explain, basically, he's got this email here. So the material I want to forward to you has to do with Luke Skywalker and Rey. It involves two objects, those two objects being lightsabers. It is of Luke Skywalker's first lightsaber, the green one, and the original Skywalker lightsaber that Rey fought with. There is, yes, as many have speculated, a training session between Luke Skywalker and Rey on Act 2. However, it is going to be far different than that of Yoda and Luke on Dagobah. Well, that's for sure. It was. One such sequence shown in concept art and from what was performed in Ireland is of Luke Skywalker in his black combat robe with his shawl. Rey is holding the blue lightsaber at one given moment. The first reveal of Luke green lightsaber is within this very moment. Luke takes his arm out and uses the Force and pulls the lightsaber from Rey gently. Her lightsaber floats through the air in between them, slowly going to Luke's hand as he grabs it. The next sequence is of Luke Skywalker taking out his other hand, and his lightsaber floats out from his belt. At this point, Luke has two hands semi-raised up with two lightsaber, green on the left and blue on the right. From what has been described, Luke closes his eyes and dismantles both lightsabers, all metal and components removed into pieces. All the building blocks of both lightsabers are separated into tiny bits and pieces, leaving only two crystals, one in each hand, green over left and blue over right hand, and informs her about the importance of the crystals. It is a very impressive visual witnessing the blue crystal over his biological hand and the green crystal over his mechanical one. And then he posts this picture, he has this picture up that cracks me up. It's clearly photoshopped. It's a picture of Palpatine from episode 3, but listen to what he has to say about this image.
Green over left and blue over the right. Which, by the way, guys, I hope that you really enjoyed that little Photoshop I did in the thumbnail and in this video to kind of illustrate of what he's trying to describe. So, just letting you know, that's not a real image. That's a Photoshop.
Oh, it's not? Oh, it's Photoshop? Oh, I had no. I thought that was. I thought that was a real leaked image. But no, that's photoshopped. Wow, crazy. So again, this didn't happen in the movie. So he got that wrong. Right, strike 2, right? One more strike and he's out. So again, scrolling down, this is from his oldest videos. You can tell he's a very clickbaity person. None of this means anything. You can click on any of these and see it's all nonsense. It's all crazy nonsense. One of the funniest things to me though is finding, let me go find it. Here we go, Mike Zeroh. So he posts literally probably hundreds of videos in the lead up to Star Wars Episode 8 coming out. And then he's got this video, his actual review of Episode 8. And he's got some interesting things to say about Episode 8 of Star Wars.
Let's go over a spoiler review of Star Wars The Last Jedi. This is Mike Zeroh here once again. If you guys are new here to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content.
I just noticed, so this is almost 2 years actually, come to think of it. This is almost 2 years after his first video. He got a haircut, he's got a nice background, it's not just that green, whatever that was. He's got a dartboard. He's got his logo here. Kind of cool. He's wearing a backwards hat. Really cool guy.
So I know the big question: did I love the film? Did I hate the film? Well, to be quite honest with you, I was right in the middle, and I viewed this movie as an average movie. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it, and there's a reason as to why I view it like that. And that's because I found myself disagreeing with more things than I agreed with some things in this motion picture.
So he says he agrees and disagrees with things about the movie. But what's he disagreeing about? He knew the whole plot. He knew the whole plot of the movie before it came out. He had hundreds of thousands of videos explaining all of the plot leaks, all the leaked plot details. So why is he disappointed? Why did he not agree with certain things in the movie? It doesn't make any sense because he already knew the whole plot of the movie. My wife's calling.
And that's not to say that I disapprove of Rian Johnson's direction or view. I understand that this movie was meant to be a Star Wars movie unlike any other before. We have Supreme Leader Snoke. Alright, he gets killed off by Kylo Ren, which was a shocker. A shocker. I wish we had more backstory to this character. And I get it, this was a first Star Wars movie where the apprentice gets to kill the master. I respect it in that sense.
Wait, this is the first Star Wars movie where the apprentice gets to kill the master. So, basically, what I'm trying to say here is that he was very upset by The Last Jedi, to the point where now he's one of those people that has vilified any newer Star Wars content that isn't done by George Lucas, Dave Filoni, or Jon Favreau. By the way, let me just, for people who don't know and are still watching for some reason, George Lucas made the original trilogy. Well, kind of. He had a lot of help, though. He single-handedly made the prequels. He was very much alone. He did all the screenplays. He did all the directing and all that. Right, that was George Lucas. The prequels were, like, completely his thing. Let's see. So Dave Filoni did the Clone Wars show, Rebels, I want to say. I don't know if he did Resistance. And he's, I think, doing The Bad Batch now. And then Jon Favreau did The Mandalorian, right? So those are your people, right? So now I want to look at what he is doing right now, what Mike Zeroh is doing content-wise right now. I already showed you a little bit of it, but we know what he did back then. He was theorizing about The Last Jedi, constantly making up new stuff. He found new plot details surfaced, new stuff. And none of it was right. He got basically nothing right. Maybe he did somewhere in there. I didn't watch every single 1,000 videos he made on The Last Jedi before it came out. But basically, my voice cracked. Yikes. Let's see what he's doing now. Currently, his videos follow a brand new format. Every single video has people in the thumbnail, and then a title. The thumbnail with George Lucas and John Wick. Keanu Reeves, John Wick, that's a good one. We've got, of course, Sebastian Stan. Apparently he's gonna be Luke Skywalker now, so that's pretty good. Karen Gillan is there. There's Karen Gillan. Disney CEO just fired Brie Larson from Star Wars TV. Let's click on this one. So I've heard him say this before. I've heard Mike Zeroh say this before. Let me look this up real quick. I'm just looking up Star Wars Acolyte. Watch Brie Larson star in Star Wars the thing is, right, the Acolyte, nobody even knows what the Acolyte is. Nobody has any clue what this Acolyte show is, but he claims to know. And apparently, Brie Larson got fired from the show that she was never a part of. So that's cool. Instead of watching all of his videos, I could go on and on. You can watch literally any of his videos. Please go to his channel and please comment down below and let him know that Pladley sent you. I'm kidding. Maybe don't do that. Maybe don't do that. Let's look up Gina Carano. Oh my. For those of you who aren't aware, Gina Carano was fired from Disney, from Star Wars. She was in The Mandalorian. I have her Funko Pop right here. This is her character. I thought she was a pretty cool character. I got her Funko Pop. She was fired for her political views and for what she was posting on social media, basically. But Mike Zeroh seems to know something we don't, because he puts Gina Carano in a lot of his videos. We've got here, Daisy Ridley reveals awful truth of Gina Carano. This is a surprise. Gina Carano responds to getting rehired plan by Disney. Get ready. Disney wants to bring back Gina Carano now. This is huge. Lucasfilm responds to Gina Carano. Finally, this just happened. Gina Carano responds to returning for Star Wars. Get ready for this. Jon Favreau just saved Gina Carano. New details emerge. This is unreal. Lucasfilm responds to Gina Carano getting rehired. Here we go. Kathleen Kennedy just quit Star Wars TV series. This is a big win. That had nothing to do with. Okay. Jon Favreau ended the Gina Carano plan. This is... What Gina Carano plan? What was the Gina Carano plan? What did he end? What do you mean? Mark Hamill reveals untold truth of Gina Carano. Get ready. Disney CEO apologized to Gina Carano and the fans. It finally happened. Rosario Dawson reveals terrible truth of Gina Carano. New details emerge. This is like the same thumbnail. It's the same picture of... What is the Photoshop, though? Jon Favreau responds to the fandom and Gina Carano return. Details emerge. Lucasfilm responds to the fandom and new Gina Carano fired details. George Lucas is angry with Gina Carano problem now. This is a big deal. Gina Carano reveals horrible truth of Lucasfilm. This just happened. Jon Favreau responds to getting Gina Carano rehired and the firing. Gina Carano responds to Kathleen Kennedy. The time has come. Kathleen Kennedy responds to rehiring Gina Carano and the firing. Jon Favreau is bringing back Gina Carano plan. This is happening. Lucasfilm wants to... Wait. Jon Favreau is bringing back Gina Carano plan. Jon Favreau ended the Gina Carano plan. So he had a plan to bring her back, and then he ended the plan, I guess. Lucasfilm wants to hire Gina Carano again. The truth is out. Dave Filoni responds to Gina Carano rehiring and the backlash. Kathleen Kennedy finally responds to firing Gina Carano. The time has come. Disney CEO finally responds to Gina Carano
Jon
rehiring
Favreau just
plan.
saved Gina Carano
huge.
now.
Disney is planning to rehire Gina Carano
to
right
rehire
now.
Gina
This is
Carano.
a
New
huge
details
win.
rise.
Lucas
Lucasfilm
getting
wants to
fired from
rehire
Marty
Gina Carano
replaced
now.
now.
This just got better.
Lucasfilm wants to
Kathleen
rehire
Kennedy
Gina
just
Carano now.
Kathleen
Just
Kennedy.
got better.
Get ready.
Gina Carano
Disney's
responds
getting
to
rehired
Gina
from
Carano
Star Wars
now.
deals
About firing.
reveals
Get
Disney
ready.
finally.
I can't. I'm like losing my voice. I feel my voice leaving me. Now let's look at Brie Larson, because Brie Larson is a controversial figure, and a lot of people didn't like her as Captain Marvel, myself included. So a lot of people basically, he threw Brie Larson into these. So Disney CEO just fired Brie Larson from Star Wars TV series. Huge details. Brie Larson hates Star Wars. I can't read this one. Brie Larson hates Star Wars fans and more. Brie Larson meltdown with Star Wars just got worse. Brie Larson just destroyed Anakin Skywalker. Brie Larson just insulted George Lucas now. Brie Larson just betrayed George Lucas. Brie Larson battles George Lucas. Get ready. Brie Larson just got canceled from Star Wars TV series. Get ready. That is a Photoshop picture of Rey. Brie Larson's Star Wars leak just got worse. Brie Larson just blamed Star Wars fans. Get ready. Brie Larson meltdown with Star Wars revealed. Brie Larson's Star Wars leak wrecks George Lucas vision. This is horrible. George Lucas fired Brie Larson from Star Wars. New details emerge. Brie Larson is furious with fans. Brie Larson wants to quit from Star Wars and blames the fans. Brie Larson is furious with Kathleen Kennedy now. Brie Larson is angry with Star Wars fans. Brie Larson wants to leave Star Wars. New details ignite. Jon Favreau finally fired Brie Larson from TV series. The true story is here. Brie Larson is in trouble with Star Wars. This is unexpected. Brie Larson is in trouble with Lucasfilm now. This is big. Brie Larson is furious with Lucasfilm and the fandom. New details emerge. This is the same as they had with Gina Carano, isn't it? Remember that? Brie Larson, Star Wars leak is horrible. Brie Larson just betrayed Star Wars fans. Brie Larson wants to cancel George Lucas. Brie Larson responds to Gina Carano firing and the fandom. Be ready for this. Brie Larson wants to end Star Wars now. Okay, that's enough of that. And it keeps going. You think I'm joking with this, but look at this. It's still going. I'm still scrolling. And there's always more. It just keeps going. He's made so many videos about Brie. You'd think he had a crush on Brie Larson. Goodness. All right. Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy just quit Star Wars TV series. This is a big win. Adam Driver reveals awful truth of Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy just blamed George Lucas. This goes too far. Kathleen Kennedy just responded to the fandom. Get ready. Disney responds to firing Kathleen Kennedy. This is getting better now. Disney finally responds to firing Kathleen Kennedy. This gets better. Kathleen Kennedy meltdown with Star Wars and George Lucas. New details surface. Kathleen Kennedy responds to the fans. This is horrible now. Kathleen Kennedy responds to rehiring Gina Carano and the firing. Kathleen Kennedy is getting fired from TV series, and Gina Carano fired details. Kathleen Kennedy blames the fans and gets angry. Be prepared. Disney responds to replacing Kathleen Kennedy and the fandom backlash. Kathleen Kennedy just got fired from Star Wars project. This just happened. Kathleen Kennedy just ended George Lucas and Dave Filoni plan. Disney finally canceled Kathleen Kennedy's Star Wars project now. Jon Favreau just canceled Kathleen Kennedy's Endgame. This just happened. Jon Favreau responds to Kathleen Kennedy. This just happened. That's the same picture. It's the picture of the black clothes and the gloves. Kathleen Kennedy responds to the Star Wars fandom. This is a nightmare. Hayden Christensen responds to Kathleen Kennedy.
Rosario Dawson
reveals awful details. Kathleen Kennedy just canceled Kathleen Kennedy again. It gets worse. Kathleen Kennedy keeps going too. As you can see, I love this thumbnail. He's like, no, Kathleen Kennedy bad. So it keeps going. It's a whole rabbit hole. Now let's talk about the positive people. So George Lucas. George Lucas is writing the Old Republic series for Star Wars. George Lucas writing new trilogy. Huge leak revealed. This is exciting. George Lucas is directing Star Wars again. This is starting. New details. George Lucas ended... What? George Lucas ended Rian Johnson again. He killed him twice? George Lucas just ended Rey Skywalker. Now, he's killing a lot of people. George Lucas is kind of a murderer. George Lucas is bringing back Padme and Natalie Portman. George Lucas fired Brie Larson from Star Wars. New details emerge. George Lucas new trilogy leaked. This is huge. George Lucas meltdown with Star Wars revealed. George Lucas new trilogy leak. Get ready. Kathleen Kennedy fired George... Wait, so George Lucas fired Brie Larson, then Kathleen Kennedy fired George Lucas. Okay, gotcha. Oh! George Lucas fired Kathleen Kennedy! Let's go! The Rise of Skywalker original ending by George Lucas. George Lucas is erasing the Rise of Skywalker ending. George Lucas cancels Rey Skywalker now. George Lucas just hired Adam Driver. New details rise. George Lucas new trilogy leak is insane. George Lucas is writing new trilogy. This is huge. Do you guys think George Lucas is writing a new trilogy? Do you guys think that George Lucas might be writing a new trilogy? George Lucas is becoming new Lucasfilm president! George Lucas reaction to the Rise of Skywalker ending! George Lucas reveals huge plan for Grogu, it's happening. George Lucas is hiring Hayden Christensen! George Lucas just honored Star Wars fans. This is unexpected. George Lucas responds to Luke Skywalker return and criticism. George Lucas is angry with Star Wars right now. George Lucas just achieved the impossible with Star Wars. Get ready, it's Keanu Reeves again. Whoa! Disney wants George Lucas as president of Lucasfilm. George Lucas just fired Star Wars writer. This is huge. George Lucas Star Wars TV series plot leaks. George Lucas just restarted The Last Jedi. George Lucas is directing Star Wars now. It's actually happening. George Lucas just hired Adam Driver. New details rise. Do you get my point yet? Do you get the point I'm trying to make? Mike Zeroh is not a Star Wars news channel. Mike Zeroh is a fraud. Mike Zeroh is a liar. And if you think this is bad, the content of his videos is just him rambling on for about 6 to 10 minutes about something, some random, literally, let me just play you through clips, some of my favorite hits from Mr. Mike Zeroh.
Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now June 21st of 2021, and one major aspect that a lot of fans Star Wars universe that a lot of fans in the future of the Star Wars universe is of course exactly what George, John, and Dave have all have in store for the franchise Star Wars universe moving ahead. There's been periods where Star Wars has been great, and there's been periods where Star Wars has been absolutely terrible. And let's not even forget about completely original material that we have never seen before that will be entered into this new universe. I will agree that The Force Awakens was a gateway to possibilities, and The Last Jedi derailed the franchise. However, it's noted that currently one major plan is beginning to be put into place for the year of 2022 by Disney CEO Bob Chapek. Now, moving on from that, alright, this is where things begin to really pick up, is that Brie Larson is also best described to actually have had a major meltdown with Lucasfilm's creatives. The roadmap, in case you guys did not know, is going to consist of a lot of unannounced Star Wars TV shows, new Star Wars movies that are currently in the works as well. Now, I want to touch on this major plan by Bob Chapek to make George Lucas the president of Lucasfilm. Really unveils further that the true reason why Kathleen Kennedy did not want Hayden to appear in the film and why she had a change of heart had to do with her not wanting many prequel references in the feature film. I think it's a very interesting development, the fact that George is going to be acting as president of Lucasfilm by 2022 in Q2 to call the shots. This is going to be announced by January of next year, so like I've said before, I would love to hear what each and every one of you have to say about this entire situation with Brie Larson, and why does she have to be so overly demanding with pay grades? I don't know.
So yeah, basically that's all he does. All of his videos are the same, and all he does is complain about Kathleen Kennedy and Brie Larson. And I didn't even get into Karen Gillan. Apparently she's going to be Mara Jade, which I think is Luke's daughter. Also, Sebastian Stan is going to be Luke now. It's confirmed. There's just a lot. Right, he does so much content. In fact, is there a way to see how many videos someone has made? Is there just a, here, let's see. 7,270 videos. My favorite part of his channel is right here, when he says, Mike Zeroh is the right destination for Star Wars content for films, lore, and more. He's not. Mike Zeroh is the wrong destination for any of this. There's very little doubt in my mind that Mike Zeroh knows exactly what he's doing. He posts all these crazy videos with all these crazy thumbnails, all of these crazy titles, all of this random gibberish he says. He's doing this to get views. It's complete clickbait. At the end of the day, there is very little substance to anything he has to say. Most of his videos, again, are just him rambling about something that doesn't have any verifiable evidence. Pretty much all of his titles and thumbnails are just clickbait, right? So what he's doing is, he's preying on those people that don't like the new Star Wars movies. They didn't like Last Jedi. They didn't like Rise of Skywalker. They loved the Clone Wars, though. Clone Wars good. He's basically doing this as an attempt to prey specifically, at least this is my theory. I'm not saying this is objectively true. But in my opinion, in my theory, my YouTube theory, what he's trying to do here with his channel is specifically target toward those people who don't like the new Star Wars stuff and like the old Star Wars stuff that they grew up with. And he just makes videos specifically for those people, specifically for those fan base. And he can get away with it too. He's got thousands of videos, right? This guy has probably made quite a bit of money doing this. But that's just life, you know? The rich get richer, the poor don't get richer, and the Star Wars clickbaiters never go away. So the moral of the story is, don't listen to this guy. Don't listen to people like this. Find verifiable evidence to back up what you're saying. If somebody says they have leaked information on Star Wars or whatever, they don't. Thank you guys for watching this video. I don't know what this was. I just wanted to talk about this guy. I hope you guys enjoyed. Smash the like button. Let's get 500,000 billion bajillion likes. And be sure, guys, to join the Star Wars community and to subscribe. Bye. Okay, I don't know.
Larson